Hi traders, and welcome to the daily recap show for today, which is Tuesday the 7th of December. So starting off with the FTSE, we said that the FTSE yesterday broke out from the range and it continued higher overnight, and yesterday we mentioned that once we broken out of the range we expected a move up to 73.08 to 73.16. We said that if we saw a pullback, 71.86 to 71.97 should provide support on the first test, and above 73.08 to 73.16 we would be extended, but can see moves up towards 73.95 to 405. So let's go and have a look at the market today. So as you can see in the FTSE, we didn't get any sort of pullback. We continued the bullish momentum higher, and we actually got a textbook set up here, breaking above that zone, which was quite nice because it targeted the bottom of this zone here as well, which was our first target for that breakout. Now, as you can see, it did pause around here, but when you get this sort of action, you don't get a strong rejection from the zone to the downside. If this zone was going to reject, I would probably have expected it to sort of push on down from here, having put in one high, put in a second slightly higher high, and then pushed on down. But we didn't see that, so this balancing, this suggests that price is actually just balancing and looking to potentially break out even further. Which, as you can see, we then got acceptance above, just paused at this zone above it, came down, and we got and held this zone as support here before then pushing up even higher. So I just want to show you on the hourly chart what I mean by, so I'm still expecting higher price in the, as you can see, we're in a very strong trend now, having broken out from this range that we had developed. We developed this range here that we've spoken about for a few days. We've broken out of it, and we've just sort of carried on with this bullish momentum. We broke out above this 73.08 to 16 zone today, and we're still pushing higher. So I do expect to see this sort of 7400 area. Maybe not tomorrow. Like I say, this is quite a long run up, but certainly all the time we're above this sort of 71. What is that? 71.86 to 71.96 area. The bulls are still definitely very much in control, and I would expect to see some moves higher. So we're still going to be, with a bullish bias, we're still going to be buying the dip and looking for some bullish momentum in the next few sessions. Now let's go and take a look at the DAX. So for the DAX, we said that we were testing the top of the range at 15.510 to 15.535, and if we got a sustained break above there, we did have resistance at 570 to 585, but above there, we could see moves back to 735 to 755. We did speak about if we rejected 510 to 535 as well, but let's go and have a look at the price action, as we didn't actually see that this morning. So let's go and have a look at today's action. Okay, so on the DAX today, we said we were approaching the top of the range here at 510 to 535, and we actually, this is the candle on the 8 o'clock open, and as you can see, we just pushed straight on through it. We did have a little bit of potential resistance around this 570 to 585 area, just because we had the daily 20 moving average and some other resistance there. So we really wanted to make sure that we would get in a break above there, which obviously we saw, and we really haven't looked back at all today. A nice strong trend. We then got a really large area, a large prolonged balancing zone for most of the day, just because we were very extended on the hourly. I'm going to show you the hourly and then also the 1 minute time frame, just to show you what I was looking at. But then eventually, once we'd balanced, and we then pushed higher at the start of the US session, and actually we hit the objectives at 735 to 755, and now actually we're turning very bullish on the DAX. I expect to see higher pricing. So on the hourly chart, as you can see, we got this strong push up at 8 o'clock. and we were actually quite extended from the open price. Now when you see that, markets don't go in a straight line, so when you see some balancing like this, it generally is it's a corrective in nature, so you're generally looking at the market to push higher again. There's more of a chance that the market will push higher because there's no selling pressure coming in. So that was the clue to push higher. Also, if we look on the daily chart, you can see now we're clearly above the moving averages. We've changed the trend from negative bias from this push down, and now all the time that we're sort of holding above probably this sort of 600 area, we're going to hold bullish bias, looking to move back, push higher. Now let me just show you something on the 1 minute as well. So as I've mentioned before, I generally look at the 1 minute for in the first sort of half an hour, looking for some entries, just because the volatility is there in the first half an hour. I just want to point you out to a couple of potential opportunities, not perfect opportunities, but some potential ones. We had a breakout scenario here. Now, as I had said, we'd broken up and above this this zone, so we were out of the range. We just had some potential resistance here, but there was a breakout setup here, right at the top of the resistance zone. So that was a quite nice. That would have been quite a nice one to take. If we missed that one, we also did actually have a slight continuation pattern here. Not really. I probably wouldn't have taken this one because the momentum's the candle's not really got strong enough momentum with it, a trigger candle. But it is something that pulled back to the moving averages. It was corrective in nature in comparison to this initial push up, and we had it was the bottom of the zone, so we was just looking for long trades in this environment. We actually got a really nice momentum candle here. That's probably the best setup of the day, which would have taken us up towards the top end of this zone. So nothing as textbook as the FTSE today, but some clear signals very early on that we was going to see this upside breaking out of the zones. And as you can see, zone to zone to zone, zone again here. The zones are working very nicely. So we've certainly switched our bias from negative to bullish on both the FTSE and the DAX at the moment, and we'll be looking for more upside going through the next few days and the next few sessions until something else is communicated to us otherwise. Alright guys, so I hope you found that useful, and I'll speak to you again soon. Cheers.